disappointing ending to the season as they were eliminated in the Eastern Conference semifinals again this year, 4 games won by the Pacers. ESPN's NBA analyst Brian Windhorst on what the Cavs need to address moving forward.
The Pacers' entire game plan was to feast on the Cavs' small guards. So that's what they got to address. To me, the story of the series was on the defensive end with the ability for the Pacers to penetrate and kick and dominate. There was also a factor on the offensive end, like I said, because the Cavs got taken out of their offense repeatedly with the pressure. But part of that was because their big physical guards, intimidated the Cavs' smaller guards. So the Cavs have to look and make a decision. And I don't know, I'm not even saying that they do anything because I do believe that they're an excellent team. There's a contender there. They have to figure out whether or not they can win, or if there's a system that they can win where they have these small guards, because that's where they're vulnerable. That's where it showed up the most more than anything.
So welcome in Sam Amico from hoopswire.com as well as Full Court Cleveland. Sam, those are the kind of things that get exposed in a series. Any weakness you have is going to get magnified in a 7-game series against a quality opponent.
Yeah, I think part of that, and Brian Windhorst is absolutely right there. It was very clear that, the Pacers' size in the backcourt, as well as their ability to throw big men, while Kenny Atkinson was kind of platooning Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, the Pacers had a few more, able to not just Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, but was able to throw in Thomas Bryant in there. They just had size and physicality. But Brian Windhorst is right in the sense that a lot of that really impacted the backcourt more than almost the front court because of the Pacers, not just height-wise guards, but they were very physical, and that clearly threw the Cavs out of sorts. So I'm with Mr. Windhorst. I think that they're going to stand a good chance to run it back or mostly back, but I think that they will go out and address some of these needs that they saw were flaws during the Pacers series around the edges. And maybe, Jalen Tyson takes another step after his rookie year. He's a big guard. He's physical. So those are some of the things that you're hoping for as they move forward next season.
The other thing is much like the series the last couple of years where they lost, they got caught playing the other team's style of basketball. How do you avoid that, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, part of it was the Pacers taking them out of what they wanted to do, but part of it was them getting away from what was successful. If you looked at the regular season, when they went on that 15-game winning streak and then the 12-game winning streak and the 16-game winning streak, what was working there was the ball was really zipping. Well, the Pacers really defended physically. Cavs spent a lot of time dribbling around, looking for the next guy. Who's open? Well, nobody's open. Now what do I do? So there wasn't that ball movement in the Pacers series that we saw all regular season, as well as the Miami Heat series. So I think you have to find ways to overcome that. Now, there were times when they built that 19-point lead, for instance, in Game 5, where they stopped making shots. I think part of that was maybe a little bit of fatigue from just trying to get the ball up the floor against those physical Pacers guards. But, the way that you play your best basketball when it means the most is that you play the basketball that you were playing when you were at your best, right, during the regular season. The Cavs got away from that. They got away from some things that were working in the first half of that Game 5, which was obviously a whole lot of Evan Mobley. Now, Pacers deserve credit for kind of, collapsing on Mobley in the second half and forcing the Cavs to shoot jumpers. If the Cavs have made those shots, which a lot of times they do make, if they had made those, that would have taken the Pacers right out of their game plan. But, Max Strus, I believe, was 0 of 9. Donovan Mitchell, 1 of 11 on threes. They couldn't hit outside shots. and that's a big part of who they were. That's a big part of any NBA team success in today's game. And when you're missing outside shots, that really just threw them for a loop. And they didn't have any. Their defense was not good enough all playoffs to overcome not being able to hit a perimeter shot.